Well, hi guys, welcome to the session. My name's Paul, this is Plan Z. Hopefully this finds you very well. Today I'm going to be setting up my Vox amp patches, or one of them, in the session 3.03, which is the third of 20 amps that I'm going to be doing this process on. 3.022 will be the second part, where we deep dive into the amp itself and pull it about a bit. Today we're going to hear it on P90's single coil Fender Tele Player and Gibson Les Paul Studio. So we're on the neck pickup of let me just check that, of the Tele. We're on the clean channel. Just so you can see what's going on, we hit a noise suppression. Then we come down here, we've got to have 2 amps, 1, 2, and then we've got 3 EQs, and then we come out the other side of the divide, and in this patch we go out to dynamic IRs there, 2 notes cab M, using the Vox 30 212's EL84 cab sim with ribbon 121 and a 57 mic, and I'm going to set it up the same way using GT1000 cabs, but in this patch, when I engage my wet channel, it comes out of my sub outs, and here we've got some reverb. Okay, let's just pull that verb back. Let's go to a medium gain. Now what's happening here is I've got a couple of switches. So this one switches between the amps. The first amp is in this patch always a low gain, could be any amp, and then the settings for that are, I've got the gain, so we're on the diamond amp, sorry, the gain is 70, the sag I've got up at 5 on the low gain, I've got the resonance at 0, I've got the level up at 81. Now you should know at this point I run my output on -10 so that I can run my amps hotter in here. Okay, so I run at -10 with my volume knob that's just out of shot here at 12 o'clock on -10 dB, and I run my amps hotter here. Okay, so then in the next page of the low gain, we've got the bass at 45, is that? Then we're up at 70 for the mids, 80 for the treble, and the presence here I've got at 40. Now let's switch to the medium gain. So I'm just going to pull the gain pop back. So the medium gain, obviously diamond amp again. Now here I'm running the gain at 80 so I can pull back my gain pot and get to a clean. I've got the sag up at 7 for the medium and the high gain in this patch. Resonance at 0 again. Got the level at 75, 76. And then I've got the bass at 30. The mids at 60. The treble at 75. And the presence again at 40. Here you can see we're in a medium gain. Let's turn up the gain pot. Gain pot on full. Going to the back pickup, turning off that. Adjusting the tone pot there. So now when I hit another button, we go to a high gain. So you can see that changed to high gain. Let's make that change, and you can see here all that changes I think is the mids, and the trebles come back to 67, but the gain goes up to 100. really that sag should be on 9, shouldn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build in an assign now. So let's go into how I'm making the amp change. So we go into control assigns. Here we've got 2 types of pages we can go into. This is kind of basic control functions, and this is more complex assigns. So let's go into more complex assigns. See if, yeah, we've got a spare one straight away. Look, lovely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, before I engage it, what do I want to do, Paul? I want to do amp 1 sag. So let's go back in, let's go amp 1. So I'm just pressing in, holding down amp 1, there it is. And then what we want, sag. Let's go from 7. I'm going, what happens if we go 10? I'm going to max that sag out so it's like a really bloated, distorting cabinet. Really compressed. I've got a treble boost that I can put on that, so we can fancy that up. So that's what I've done there. Oh, I actually didn't assign it. Look, the brain, it plays tricks. So let's do that again. So we're in medium gain. I'm first going to engage it. Sorry, I need to adjust a few things here. What we're going to do, let's go back up is what we want. Back up, we want it to toggle. Now we should be hearing and feeling the difference. So it was on 7 all the time there, but now it's on 7 for the medium gain. Sag on 10. Go back to 9. So this is brighter. When I put the sag on, I'm getting all the compression and it's not as bright. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I'm going between 7 and 10 for the sag on the medium gain to high gain. Okay. We covered what happens here. It goes to 70 in the mids and I drop the highs just a touch. Everything else remains the same here with those 2. And then we've got our first EQ. So we've got 3 EQs. This one's dealing with the high ends. This one's dealing with the low mids. And this one's giving me color. So in the first EQ, I'm giving a little bump by 2. And I'm taking out 315 Hertz on a Q of 8, sorry, a Q of 4, minus 3 dB. And I'm doing the same, but minus 6 dB for 500 Hertz. So it's 315 and 500 Hertz. And I put the low cut in here at 125. Let's go back to the low gain. Now, in the next, let's go to the highs EQ. So this one, I just take 1 out of the lows, push the highs by 1, push the overall level by 1, and I'm taking out 4K, Q of 4, minus 3 dB, and taking out on a Q of 16, minus 6 dB, 6.50 kilohertz, and then I'm doing the high cut here at 10, okay? I think I want to keep that at 10. I want the extra air in there. On my high gains, I tend to go to around 8, but here I'm going to stay with 10. And then we just go out to the dries. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save those little changes I made there. And then we're going to overwrite the patch that I can't get to because I need to move. This is just an area of template, so I need to work that out. But what we're going to do is let's just save it. So write this to number 5. Let's just go insert 1, 2, 3. Let's just put GT there so we know it's GT. Now I'll need to go up and down a little bit to get in between the patches. I don't want to go rearranging everything just for the purpose of these little videos, because it doesn't bother me as a template area. I'm not using them for performance. Right, so what we're going to do now is convert this so it's now GT1000 cab. So the first thing I want to do is turn off what's happening here. So I'm taking my direct mix out. Now here, I'm going out, my main out's 2 notes cab M at line level, and I've just turned down the direct mix to 2 notes there. So that's now off. Let's take that all the way to the end of the chain. Let's take our compressor, put that at the end of that divide, but bring our sub out here. What are we doing, Paul? Yeah, do it there. Now, let's check the cabinet. What do we want? What have we got on here at the moment? 212.4, which is the Vox. Lovely. We're on blend B at the moment. I've got it set up for a wet channel, so it'll be interesting. We'll pull that around in a sec. Let's just get a little EQ, because I know I did prefer this high EQ after the cabinet here, but before the output. So the next thing we're going to hear will need some adjustment, I would imagine. Let's go low gain, so it doesn't hurt too much. So it's a lot thinner, more direct. Same as with the other patches. Let's go to medium. Let's just change these mics around a little bit. So I'm going to go blend 8. Do now, we're on the telly. Let's just save what we've done there. It'll be easy enough to get into that first patch. What we're going to do now is we're just going to hear the differences between, on a low gain, using 2 notes to start with. Using the telly, I'm going to play a couple of chords on each of the pickup positions, and then I'll do the same for the P90s and then the humbuckers, and then we'll go back into this amp and do a little shootout. So neck pickup on full, gain pot pulled back just a hair, pulling it back a hair more on the gain, on the tone. Back pickup. Both pickups. Let's go to the P90s. So I use a gig rig 321 to regulate my levels in. I'm just going to change channel on that. And now I'm going to go into the same amp. I'm going to bring the neck pickup on full. Les Paul Special Tribute P90s. Now both the P90s and the Tele need a restring really. It's been a few weeks. It still sounds nice. Let's go to both pickups. Back pickup. Back to the neck. let's go to the humbuckers. Now with my humbuckers and P90s, I actually found they're more or less the same level input wise. So I used the same channel on the gig rig. I even used the same cable. I just swapped the guitar. And now we're going to bring up the neck pickup. Now this has had a restring in the last couple of days, so it will sound brighter. I'm going to just pull back the gain pot just a touch. Both pickups. Actually, I'm going to bring the gain pot back up. Let's do that. Definitely need to restring the other two. Middle position. Back pickup. Just going to pull the gain pot back to about 8, 7, 8, something like that. Probably about 7 really. Going to a medium gain. Let's clean that right up. Let's pull the gain pot right back. Okay, let's go to the medium gain. Paul, get your life together. I need to go up a patch and then back down to get into the GT one. So it's a lot quieter. Just gonna have a little look here. Just open that. Believe it or not, I'm actually hitting more or less the same level on my volume meter. It just sounds so much fuller through 2 notes. And I'm only using 2 mics there, a Ribbon 121 and a 57. Sorry, let me go back into this other patch. Let's go, sorry, about going the long way around here. Let's just have a little look here. I prefer it with the mic on 0 here, on center. Tell you if they've blended these mics, they've already made that adjustment. Now you see, if I use the blend B in the room here, I feel like so on the blend B, I feel like I can close this, but with the blend A, I need to open that by 1. Let's just go back to the blend A. Okay, so that's, I've got to be honest, I much prefer my 2 notes dynamic IR there. Boss, please team up with 2 notes. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull back. Please try not to hate me. We've all got different ears. To me, that feels like the right place for this amp. What I'm going to do is just go to the Plexi. There it is. Now I've just changed the 2-note sim. We're going to listen to what the Plexi sounds like, having gone through that process I just did. So this is the Plexi back pickup, gain pop, don't know, about 5. Going through the Brownie Mackie EL84 2-note dynamic R. And this is GT1000 with me having a little bash of it since the last session. I'm going to cover that when we go back into the GT1000 Plexi deep dive. So that'll be 3.022. But they're just, for me, they're worlds apart in the room here. So what I'm going to do is go down to where my Vox is again. Gone back to my Vox speaker. Pull the gain pot up. Let's go to that GT1000. So to me it just doesn't feel as big, and I'm not sure what that is, if that's my power amp or if maybe I've got my IR tone wrong, you know? But I like how that sounds. To me that reminds me of the Vox I used to play. So what I'm going to do here is now, let's see if we can't. Yeah, cool, we can see all the buttons now. So what we've got, I'm going to stay on the 2 notes patch for a moment. Let's go high gain. I've got a treble booster on this boost here. You should feel it when it's off. You can feel more of the lows and less of the highs, and when it's on, it cuts lows and the highs get crispy. So let's do that again. Without. Nice. Let's do that with a medium gain. Pulling back the gain pot. To the neck pickup, pulling back the gain pot. Right, so let's have a quick jam, see if we can't get this hear what the damage is between these 2 patches within a jam. But to do that, let's set up a couple of parts. So what we're going to do is use the same jam as the other sessions. The point is that we'll hopefully hear what the different amps sound like if the bass and drums aren't changing all the time. Or at least that's my plan. Right. Okay. So I'm just going to press start and get going. Yeah, we're good to go. actually messed up taking the loop there. I thought I'd taken the loop and I hadn't. Let's stick in another part using one of the low gains. Take you a moment, having a little faff there. Gonna come in, neck pickup. I've got a noisy gain pot. Any tips on how to clean a noisy gain pot? Let me know, please. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to come up middle with a boosted, I think, well maybe not, just going to go back pickup, no boost, just driven medium gain. We're going to come in with a bit of a crash bang wallop. Okay. Okay, I think I've heard what I wanted to hear there. Let's come away from that distortion, get to somewhere a bit mellower. Yeah, okay, so that sounded nice. Let's go to a low gain here. That messy, noisy pop. Okay, yeah, hopefully you found that useful. Try those settings out. If you're running on +10 on your output, just run with lower amp levels. Try those settings, but run with lower amp levels. It might not sound exactly the same, but I found it was helping me get better results for me doing it that way. But then I'm running my rig in a very different way to most. So yeah, hopefully you found that useful. Take care. Bye bye.